Hi, and welcome back to another quick tip from Colin and myself. Hello to all our Lash and Brow experts. It's good to see you again. And of course, here's Colin to help with another question that I have to put to him and hopefully give you some information that you can put into your business.
Fantastic. Thank you, Janine. I really hope that everyone's getting a lot out of the videos that we've been putting together. We've been receiving some great feedback on the content. So just keep giving us your feedback. And if there's any other videos that you want to receive, let us know. And we're happy to do some quick tips specifically on those for you. So let's jump straight in.
All right, so today's question is, how do you stay online, stay relevant, and keep up to date? Which I think right now is really relevant with all the changes that Facebook and Google have been doing. So,
yeah, it's a really good question. I think if you look at the time, so I've been doing online marketing and offline marketing since before Google was around. So I first started delving into heavily online around 1998.
Oh, watch out, you're going to show your age here.
I know, right? The camera's being good
50.
to me. Started young.
Before Google, was there a time?
There was a time. And so, you know, if you look at that time, there's always been a lot of change. But one of the things that we have seen in the last couple of years is the acceleration of change. So I think that there's one thing which is always consistent. There's always going to be change. And as quick as you get used to something, something else is going to change. So in business, you have to be adaptable and nimble, especially in today's business. So staying online, it's about being present where your customers are. So for example, a lot of my customer base personally for mentoring and that is generally present on LinkedIn and in forums around that. So we have quite a strong presence in that. Whereas for a lot of you, you know, for the Lash and Brow, for their clients and your clients is that they might be on Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or a mix. So it's about being able to stay up to date, read the newsletters that come out and be present where your customers are. And, you know, we've been able to be present where your customers are and adaptable to the change. You know, as you mentioned about this latest change with Facebook, it's quite a dramatic change. And for a lot of businesses, they're going, well, what do we do now? We've spent tens of thousands of dollars building up this fantastic Facebook presence and it's gone. So one of the things that we focus a lot on in business is using your social media to stay relevant, be online, but encourage your subscribers and people that are following you to join into an email database. Because if you've got them on an email, you can always stay relevant. You can always stay top of mind by communicating with newsletters and that. Keeping up to date with it can be quite hard because I know that it's my world, it's your world, Janine, and we spend practically all day, every day on it. Our team spends all day, every day working online. Whereas if your business isn't doing what we do, and your business is doing Lash and Brows or whatever it might be, you know, whatever industry that you're in, it's really hard to spend hours online figuring out what's doing, let alone spending hours posting and communicating with your customers, right? So the best advice that I could give here is try and focus on one or two areas of where your customers are. Our monthly marketing magazine that we produce, and I might be a little bit biased here, but we've been producing this now since 2012. And the feedback that we've had from clients over all this time is that it's easy to read. It gives you core information every month of the latest changes and hints and tips of what you can do. Videos like what we're doing today and other ones that we've done about Facebook and social media, watch them. You know, they're not long. It's going to give you hints and tips of information that's really going to help you in your business. So that's probably, we've covered quite a bit on that. So I know that you've got some ideas around this as well, Janine. Like, what are your thoughts with it about being able to?
Yeah, so staying relevant, of course, comes back to doing your customer profile. So once again, you know your customer and then you'll know where they are. Keeping up to date, I would say find a couple of people that you relate to who are giving business advice, so influencers or something like that, because there is so much information. And if you go down that rabbit hole, you'll end up more confused. So find a couple of people that you relate to and maybe subscribe to their newsletter, or, you know, of course, we try and give out information once a month or twice a month actually with our newsletters, a marketing tip and a business tip. look at that and keep, because that will always be up to date, but don't try and subscribe to everything, because you'll get so much information that you'll be overloaded. So yeah, find a couple of people that you relate to, and don't just read this stuff, try and implement something new once a month. So that way you will stay relevant. I know I get lots of things that I read and I think I'll come back to, because I get a little bit overloaded. So don't do that to yourself. And it is great to get the information, but if you're not implementing it, it's really not going to do anything.
Yeah, it's a good point. That is that it's okay reading, but if you don't implement it, you're better off reading one tip or one book and implementing it into your business, either daily, weekly, or monthly, than reading 52 tips and not implementing any. So I think the key here is to make sure that you implement something, and it doesn't have to be much, but if you think about it, if you did something every single week and that helped your business 1% every week, in 52 weeks you've changed your business success by over 50%. So it's those little incremental changes that you can do, and again, it can be quite difficult to stay online and keep up to date with it, as you said, Janine. So jump into our Facebook group, ask questions. We live, eat and breathe this all day, every day, and done it for years, and so has our team. We also run a marketing agency and a business agency where we help businesses worldwide. So we do this, and we've been doing this now for, I've been an entrepreneur now and doing this for almost 20 years. Showing my age now. So it's, if you want some expert advice and people that are actually not just reading it, but actually practicing this every single day themselves, as well as for clients, we're here to help. So jump in, have a chat with us.
And I love that part about 1% a week. Like, you think about that, 1% change a week, you're 50% better by the end of the year. That's incredible, and it's not that hard. So even if you start out by a goal of once a month, and then try and get that down to one thing a fortnight, and then once a week, like, your business will be such a different business by the end of the year. If there's any changes that go on in the internet, you'll be ahead of them. You'll keep up with the marketing, and it won't be overwhelming to suddenly, you don't want to be in a position where you go, oh, I've lost my clients or something's changed, and then be scrambling to implement something at that stage. Stay ahead of it, and then, it'll never, your business will be constant and it won't be hard work.
Yeah, it's a great tip, Janine. I think, don't just run your business on Facebook or social media. Make sure that you're trying to get your customer base into your newsletter platforms, etc., because then you can communicate with them. Because then when things like, Facebook or Twitter or Google decide to make some massive changes worldwide and don't tell you, your business is still successful, right?
Yeah. I think there's probably a lot of people out there scrambling from the latest Facebook change, because I've seen some of the statistics of what people were getting, what traffic they were getting and what they're getting now, and that wouldn't be a good place to be in right now if you're relying just on Facebook.
Dramatically different. Google do it almost twice a year now, where they make a major change and your rankings get changed. So it's, you still need to do it all, but try and push people into a subscriber list of some form where you can communicate and stay relevant with them. So
yeah. All right, well, I think that's all for this week's tip. Thank you for joining us again, and we'll be back with some more information for you very soon.
Fantastic. Thank you.
Bye.